Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. In this video I go through the latest couple of patch notes for 3.10, plus let you know what the current state of the build is like. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members for all of their support, in particular to Gianni for upping his pledge. It is all very much appreciated. And we do have a Mantis standalone ship to give away courtesy of one of my channel members, the Doctor. All you have to do is be subscribed and comment with what you're excited for in 3.10. So there has actually been a couple of patches since my last patch notes video. We have 3.10T and U. The U patch was a very small hotfix patch, which fixed the prison oxygen kiosk mission. That should now trigger properly. The planetary ambient noises should no longer be heard around New Babbage, and they also fixed an impounding issue causing players' ships to be impounded when not obstructing the pad. Plus 2 client crash fixes and 2 server crash fixes. So all great fixes there, but I felt the real win was with the 3.10T patch. From the very first release of 3.10 all the way up to 3.10T, which was I think last week, mining has been very difficult for multiple reasons. For one, the Prospector was not able to fly with this new atmospheric flight model, which they have improved now. Scanning was not accurate and fractured rocks were vibrating, making them basically impossible to actually mine. Now, I love mining, and it probably makes up about 50% of what I tend to get up to in the verse, so I was awaiting some fixes, and with 3.10T, they have updated the highlighting intensity for mining deposits to make them clearer, and fixed an issue that was causing ping scans for minables to relocate every time the player did a subsequent scan. Those two alone appear to have made mining viable again, and although there was still one very small piece of rock vibrating, it was the only piece, the rest were stationary, which I am very happy about. Also for the patch 3.10T, they have reduced the tachyon cannon damage, they've updated the login queue messaging and the keybind graphic in the options menu to have the latest keybind changes, which is very helpful, plus 1 server and 1 client crash is fixed. Now there are still 18 known issues. The new issues are player set beacon mission markers do not show up. Global chat on the visor HUD is unavailable, which, to be honest, is a good thing in my opinion, although it did work for me the last patch I played, and players can still clip through outpost external doors. Currently, I personally feel that the 3.10 build is in a good state. I didn't have a single 30k from what I remember during my last stream, which was about 3 hours worth of gameplay, maybe 2 hours. Not to say they're gone for good, but it was relatively smooth. The main issue that I have found has been the desync, causing enemy AI ships to rubber band heavily. Now we know that combat has been sort of brought closer and a bit slower, so you do notice it a lot more. Unfortunately, or I suppose fortunately, depending on how you look at this, there will not be a fix until 3.11 with the server to client networking rework, which pretty much means that we need to deal with the rubber banding for the next couple of months. Not a big deal to me personally. Also, the rubber banding is the reason that we have fixed and gimbal assist right now, so dogfighting is still very fun, and the rubber banding isn't constant, but it is more noticeable when it does happen. I also had a very strange desync issue during my last stream, in which I was on board a Cutlass Red, taking off from a space station with my 2 crew members who were apparently flying off around somewhere else. I think they were even planetside, while I was in the back of the Cutlass Red, still looking out of the back door, seeing the space station. Now the other players on board were moving around in the back just fine, everything was up to date, but the external location was different from me compared to what they saw, so that was very, very strange. And Party VoIP stopped working for me after we all died, but they could still hear each other, and I could hear them, but they couldn't hear me. So overall, it is a pretty solid build, and I think people are really going to like it. The bugs are minimal for me. Hopefully this lack of 30Ks that I've had is the same for everybody else, but it does very much depend on the server you get into. It does look promising that there will be a 3.10 live release this week. Do let me know though what your experience is of 3.10 so far in the comments. But that is my overview of the most recent patches. The fact that we are getting quick subsequent patches is a good sign that they are getting much closer to a live release, so let's hope we're not waiting too much longer. But I am now just happy that mining is doable in 3.10, which will also apply to the Greycat ROC, so definitely great to see that resolved. But with that said, make sure you hit subscribe to keep up with all of Star Citizen's development, and tick that notification bell if you would like to be notified when my videos go live. Also hit the thumbs up It really helps me out, and come follow me over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothersRyan, where we hang out and chat all about the game and sometimes jump in and play it too. Thank you again to my patrons and channel members. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.